Hello, my name is Helen. I'm a personal trainer and I'm going to be guiding you from beginner to running a 5K run. So, how the workouts are going to look, we'll always do a warm up together, and the warm up is super important. It's something that nearly everyone neglects to do, and then whenever they do it, they're less likely to get injured, which is the most important bit. So, we want to make sure you get to 5K without any injuries. And I also notice when they do a warm up, they run better, they run faster. And the reason why is because it's a bit like if you were to be chewing gum. If you just pop it in your mouth and snap it, it just snaps straight away. But if you chew it, if you make it warm, then it gets really stringy. So it's just like that with your muscles. If you go out straight away and they're not ready, they're more likely to kind of tear and get an injury. But if you go and do a proper warm up, they're more prepared for the impact of running. Now, throughout this, I want you to always listen to your body. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be here in my living room while you are either on a treadmill or outside running. It's done based on a rate of perceived exertion. So we're going to be ranking that on a scale of 1 to 10. If 1 was to be sitting down and relaxing, 10 is your absolute maximum best effort. I'll be telling you roughly where you want to be and how long for. If you ever need to pause because maybe it's not safe, so maybe you need to stop and cross the road, or maybe you need to pause because you're physically not able to yet, that is fine. You can always, it's your body, it's your workout. If you have to stop and walk, you stop and walk. Listen to your body as a bigger guideline than me. And then, at the end of every workout, we'll do a cool down and a stretch. Similar thing, we want to get to this injury free. So running is very high impact, and we want to make sure after that we let the muscles relax. And it should mean we get through this without any injuries, hopefully. So let's do the first warm up. They're going to be standing feet underneath the hips, heel lifts. Just lift your heels up and lower your heels down. Lift your heels up and lower your heels down. You want to watch that your heels aren't rolling outwards or inwards towards the middle and just lifting evenly upwards. So we're starting to warm up into our calves, which is the back of the leg here. Toe lifts. Just now going to lift your toes up and down and up and down. If you have somewhere to sit, I actually often find if I do these sitting, I can feel it a little bit better. It is entirely up to you. So you can do sitting or standing. And that's just warming up the shins. Squat to alternate side lift. You're going to squat and then lift your leg to the side, squat and do the other leg. Now your squat won't be a full depth yet because the muscles aren't yet warm. We're just starting to warm up into the legs and then activate the muscles in the side of our bum. Going to a lateral lunge, that's a side lunge. Take your feet wide, bend one knee, and the way you bend, twist that way. Switch legs, twist away. So you're stretching your inner thighs and starting to warm up the back. So we want the body to be able to rotate when we're running. Now it's coming into a heel dig with a sweep. So you step one leg forward and you sweep the arms forward. Dig the heel into the ground. You're going to feel both a stretch and then a squeeze down the backs of the legs. So you're digging it downwards. And as you push your hips back, you stretch. And then as we lean forward, as we dig in, we contract. Alternating single leg RDLs. Grab hold of one foot, tip forward, switch legs, tip. So just getting a little bit of a stretch down the front and the back of the legs and starting to test our balance and warm up the ankle joints. Going to butt kicks. First time around, you might want to step these out if you're not quite ready for impact yet, or you can run them out. If you do feel by the end of the warm up that running it out isn't feeling quite good for you because you feel injury prone, it might be best to pause this until you've got your body, high knees, your body more prepared for running. Same thing again, you can step these out or you can run them out. We're getting that lift, starting to warm up into the hip flexors, thinking about that knee drive as we run. So you might want to do runner's arms as well. So we're going to do all of that one more time through heel lifts. Lift your heels up, lower them down. And hopefully what you've noticed is you're breathing a little bit higher now, a little bit heavier. Bum, bum, bum. These heel lifts and now toe lifts are really good exercises for helping prevent shin splints. When you get shin splints, it's when it's pain down the front of your shins. It's also really good for making sure you're not getting pain in your Achilles, which is right at the bottom of the ankle here, and also foot pain. Squat into a silent lift, and around two, you might be able to squat a little bit deeper. Really try and think about the squeeze of the side of your bum as you lift the leg. So if you're not feeling the side of the bum, you're feeling the front, just check that you've not kicked forwards. Nice, coming to the lateral under a twist, wide feet. You might be able to go wider this time if it's feeling okay. If you need to though, more narrow is a little bit more gentle. Wider is a deeper, more intense stretch on your inner thighs. Creaky floorboard here. Perfect, coming to the heel dig with sweep. Dig one heel in, sweep. Dig and sweep. So you push your hips back, reach forward and down, but at the same time, think about dragging the floor towards you. So you're dragging it in. It's both a stretch and contraction of your hamstrings, which need to work to lift your heels up towards your butt. Alternating single leg RDLs. RDL, by the way, stands for Romanian deadlift. It's basically the hip hinge movement that we're doing here, where we're hinging our body. The closer you pull your heel to bum, the deeper the stretch. So again, listen to your body. And don't worry if you're wobbling or losing balance. Butt kicks, if we can, preferably everyone this time you're running. And then just trying to run a little bit faster, get your heels a little bit higher. We're aiming for the heart rate to come up to a workout intensity. So where you are quite puffed, high knees, lifting these up, up, up. It might be you need a little breath catch to step out and then run them out again, maybe for the second half. If you're thinking runner's arms, if you've got your left knee up, your left arm is back, and you switch, 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 switch. Nice, perfect. Have a little shake off. We're just going to start with a walk for 90 seconds. Now, if you need to do a quick pause to get outside, pause, then restart when you're ready. We are just walking, so this is now what I'm going to do. That you'll be using this 90-second walk. Just catch your breath. Catch your breath. Start to mentally prepare yourself for running. You've got another minute until our first burst. Now, when we're doing a walk, the walk is always going to be a 4 out of 10. Now, that wants to be a commuter style pace walk. So as if you're walking with a sense of urgency, you're trying to get somewhere fast, not that you're just on a Sunday stroll in the sunshine, having a nice time. You're going for quite a rapid walk. It could be conversational in that you could talk to someone, but you would be a little bit breathless. In just over 20 seconds time, we're going to do our first effort. It's going to be a 20 seconds and we're going to do a 5 out of 10 jog. So it's the first time you're practicing jogging. We're going for 20 seconds. If you can't manage the full 20 seconds, you just go as long as you can. And still want it to try and be as conversational as possible. Maybe it would be short conversations, but you should be able to speak a little bit. So let's just break into a jog for 20 seconds. Today, all we're going to do is get the feel of moving our body, starting to run and jog. So you're already halfway. You're just looking at making it so that it's always got that little bounce. We're no longer in a walk. And we're back into the walk now for 30 seconds. 30 seconds to catch your breath and notice how that felt. Because it should be that your breathing rate came up. You're a little bit puffed. It might find it's catching up with you around about now. Our next effort is going to be 20 seconds again, but we're going to try and increase to a 6 out of 10. So that's just with a little bit more pace. You should still be able to chat with me a little bit on this, but not so chatty, not like watching telly, chatting about the telly. So we're in a 6 out of 10 for 20 seconds. So if I were to watch this effort compared to the last one, it should look a little bit faster. There's a little bit more sense of urgency. You are absolutely nowhere near a sprint. We're not going to go there today, but you're going a little bit faster. And let's walk it out for 45 seconds. Whenever we go harder, we need to generally have more rest after. So today, every time we do a 6 out of 10 effort, you are going to have a longer rest, than when you're doing a 5 out of 10 effort. Hopefully your body feels really warm now. You are mentally prepared what's coming. And the rest of the workout, we're going to do 6 30-second efforts. We're always going to be switching between generally switching between the 5 out of 10 and the 6 out of 10. So the first one is going to be a 30-second effort at 5 out of 10. It's your jog. It's a pace I want you to feel you could sustain for a long time. So let's go. 30 seconds at a 5 out of 10. 30 seconds at 5 out of 10, or getting as close as you can. 30 seconds is a long time to suddenly, but if you've not been doing any running, please, please, please do not be disheartened if you can't do 30 seconds. You're just going to try and get your legs moving, thinking about how far you can start to go in 30 seconds while still feeling very comfortable. And recover. 4 out of 10. The recoveries, you're aiming for that 4 out of 10 intensity. Again, depending where your fitness levels are, you might need to reduce that to that 3 or 2 out of 10, where it's a bit more of a stroll, a bit easier to catch your breath. But if you can, it's with that fast-paced commuter walk. Our next effort coming up is 6 out of 10. It's 30 seconds. You've got 45 seconds rest after. Let's go. 45 seconds. Sorry, excuse me. 30 seconds. 30 seconds at 6 out of 10. So you're going to have to start to find a rhythm in your breathing now. If you're looking to, when you're running, breathe in through your nose, breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Yeah, walk it out, relax, recover. How have you found that? That's 2 down already. 2 down, 2 30 seconds efforts done. So you've got slightly longer recovery because we worked a little bit harder. Again, you might notice now your breathing's still increasing. So just really focus on breathing out slowly. It's going to force you to take a slightly longer in-breath. And then when you start to get control of your breathing, you start to control your heart rate just a little bit better. Our next effort is back down to 5 out of 10. So just make sure it is less effort than the one you just gave in 3, in 2, in 1. 5 out of 10. It's a jog pace. Jog pace, and not being disheartened. If you have to do a burst of 10 seconds, walk for 10, and then another burst of 10 seconds, that is what you do. But you're aiming, and I'm hoping sometimes my chat can distract you because you don't know how long you've been going for, how long you've got left, but you are well over halfway. I really want it to be listening to your body, engaging a 5 out of 10 intensity. So again, it's something you feel you could do longer than 30 seconds if pushed to. Let's recover a walk. 4 out of 10. Now, just to be honest with you, that is your last 5 out of 10 effort. We've now got 3 6 out of 10 efforts in a row, always with a 45-second rest. So we're now officially really warm, but once we've done these 3 efforts, you are done, apart from the stretch. So breaking into our 6 out of 10 for 30 seconds. So it's a little bit more urgency. Please, please, please don't go out the gates too hard. This is getting used to running. This is getting used to the field. This is getting used to finding your rhythm in your breathing. Most people want to breathe in through your mouth, out through your mouth. And the challenge is to try and breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth, which you should be able to do at this intensity. If you're struggling, slow down just a little bit. Yeah, let's walk it out. 45 seconds rest, 45 seconds breathe, take control of it. Exaggerate the out breath so you can increase the in breath. And then therefore you are taking control of your breathing rate. Bum, bum, bum. Do you feel like you've got 2 more in the tank? This is where rate of perceived exertion really does come in, because it doesn't really matter where your fitness levels are. It's how it feels on a scale of intensity to you. So we might run at different paces, but should feel the same for everyone. So let's go again. Effort 6 out of 10 for 30 seconds. This is our penultimate effort. Our second to last one, sorry. Whoa, I've really done trickery with some of what I'm saying. You are already over halfway. Check in with your breathing, in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. Done! Woo! You've done amazing so far. How are you feeling? Check in with yourself. How are you feeling? Have you got 1 more in the tank? Again, if you are finding this is super, super challenging, don't be disheartened. This is a guide that's for everyone, and I can never know exactly how everyone's doing. So if you are like, well, that's 30 seconds is absolutely impossible, you're just going to keep on repeating until you can get to that 30 seconds. And or, again, like I said, maybe slow it down a little bit. A lot of us end up hating running because we try and run too fast. And it means it's like we can't sustain. It feels horrible. So I want it to be an intensity that you're definitely working. You got 1 more effort to work, but you can hold it is the goal. You ready? Final effort of 6 out of 10, 30 seconds. This is your final effort. And I'm going to give you 1 tiny little challenge if you are up for it. So you are 10 seconds down already. In the next 10 seconds, I want to see if you can just accelerate just a little bit more for the finish. So almost thinking if you were running now side by side with somebody else, and you've got less than 10 seconds to go, picture the finish line in sight. Can you beat that person to it? Let's have a look. We've got 4 seconds to go, and 3, and 2, and 1. Well done. Walk it out. Running is tough. Running is really tough. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Try not to come to a dead standstill. You will recover faster if you are continuously moving. Breathe, get your heart rate closer to normal. It's probably not going to get all the way down there just yet, but hopefully by the end of the cool down, you'll be there. We've got another 30 seconds to walk. And then if you need to go longer, then do. Again, if you need to maybe pause me, walk home and then stretch, don't forget to turn me back on to stretch. Then do. If you need to just take a little bit longer to get into a safe space, then do. If it's really, really cold outside at the time you're doing this and you want to get inside somewhere warm, do. Again, listen to what you need, but whatever you do, do not miss out on the stretch. You will thank me and yourself later for doing it. So find a little bit of space, please. Just 3.5 minutes to go. Hold on to something if you need to for balance. Pick up the foot, pull the heel in towards the butt, and you're stretching your quads, the front of the thigh. If you struggle to hold on to your foot, you can use something like a sofa edge if you've got one, and you lift the foot up and then just tuck your pelvis under and push your hips back. You can even kind of kneel down as far as you can until you feel that stretch. You can also grab a towel loop to loop round and then maybe grab on the back of the trainer, something like that. Something so you feel a stretch in here. Let's switch legs. If you are finding your balance is a bit all over the place, a balance is so important to work on, but not when you're trying to stretch. The focus now is stretching out the muscles. So we've got hold, I'm going to feel it in the front of the thigh. And then if you squeeze your butt and slightly push your hips forward, you're going to feel a little bit in the hip flexor as well, right in this bit. Breathe. Inner thigh stretch. Take your feet wide like we did in the warm-up. Bend one knee, push your hips back. You can rest on the thigh and just hold here. So you feel a stretch on the inside of the straight leg. We hold each stretch for about 30 seconds. Why? When you start to go into a stretch, your body actually resists a stretch. So it tries to protect you from doing something like the splits or overstretching or muscle tearing. When you hold it for around 15 seconds, it starts to realize it can relax, and there's around then 20 seconds, switch sides, it starts to actually relax and re-lengthen. If you don't give it long enough, you might not actually get the stretching benefits. So breathing in, feel the muscle you're trying to stretch. Breathing out, actively think about just relaxing your body. Might be specifically the muscle you're targeting, might be anywhere else. Perfect. Stretching your calves. So you can step your right leg back, push the heel towards the floor, lean forward. You're resting on your left thigh. There are plenty of other ways to stretch this if they feel better for you. If you've got a step, you might want to dangle your foot off the step. Or if you've got a wall that you're near, maybe push your toe up against and then push your hips forwards. When it comes to stretching your muscles, if there's one that feels better than the other, go for that, because that's what your body probably needs. And switch legs. So maybe left leg back, maybe dangling off the edge, maybe pushing against a wall. And just using this time to slow down your breathing, get it closer to resting. Your body always takes a little bit of time to get fully back to resting because it's just an effort and now it needs to work to recover. But we get it as close as we can as possible. We put stress on the body and now we want to try and bring it back down to normal. And then just going to fold your body forward, feet underneath your hips, bend your knees as much as you need, and then just relax your upper body against your thighs. Just tuck your your chin, maybe nod your head, shake your head, release and relax through your shoulders. You want to feel it stretch all the way down the backs of the legs, all the way across the bottom of the lower back, upper back into the neck. And just be careful when you make your way up. Tuck your chin and roll you out slowly. If you do find you get dizzy standing up, pause halfway before you then roll up and carry on all the way. Then have a little shake off. Give yourself a big round of applause and a pat on the back. That is the first one done. Each time it's going to be just a different variation. Gradually we're going to get to the higher intensities as the body is more prepared. So we've got run workouts, and then hopefully you'll also be doing the strength workouts. And there'll be bonus yoga workouts as well that you can do to just really try and make sure your body is flexible, as well as got the strength and foundations to run, as well as the cardio. We're working on the full whack on this. Hopefully you enjoyed. Do drop me a message if you've got any questions at all, and I'll see you for the next one.